Okay, we're back. We just want to look briefly at a couple of substitutions before we move on to the next chart. We're just chart hopping here, but we'll never get back up to speed if I don't let something go. You know, we didn't fully explore this to the point. We got this guy. We got this. Okay, we know we can do this with intervals, but did you know you could do it with substitutions? Now, without all this hubbub here, you got, I was going to say look at root, and it might be easier. But actually, the Dorian substitution is interesting because here's a D minor, and because this is 3/5, E is the third of C, in the key of C, okay? And, this is pretty much drawn that way, although that would be the fret note up there. If it says C shape right there, it's pretty much the key of C. Over here, this is your regular D minor then. Okay, if you play the D minor, the fifth of D minor is the sixth of the seventh. So if you want to play a nice half diminished seventh, then you can use the D minor substitution and just add the seventh, and that's how we get those shapes there. So there's your D minor. Now what's involved with the C minor and that kind of thing? Bottom line is Dorian is the 2, 4, 6, and the substitution is add the seventh. The Locrian, which we're after, the Locrian seventh, that's a seventh chord, like C seventh, C dominant, Locrian dominant. Okay, sounds pretty evil, but or just like really heavy metal. But it's just what they call the dominant chord. Okay, it isn't really very dominant because we were talking about before that what gives the mixolydian its dominant ring. It has a ring. I think it's that it's a major chord as opposed to, it just sounds more dominant if it's major. So Locrian's not so dominant, but it does have the dominant seventh, which is the sixth of the major key, the key that it's in. So Locrian is the seventh scale degree. Its seventh is the sixth in that key. So you see the same numbers here: 2, 4, 6, 7. Dorian, 2 minor, 2 minor, 2 minor, 2 minor. Doesn't matter what shape it's in. Hey, guess what? Cage, C, A, G, E, D. Doesn't matter what shape it's in. Let's look at cage backwards, starting from C. C, D, E, G, A. Ascending pentatonic scale. So any of these shapes, so you play them. A minor is an easy one because I know how to play an A minor. You know how to play an A minor. But do you know how to play a G minor? I mean, really, the chord? I mean, folks, I never learned this until this year, and I've been playing guitar for like 40 years. I never played a G minor except to play the E minor shaped G minor, which would be not a G minor shape. It wouldn't be a G minor shape anymore. I'd play an E minor jape. I'd play an E minor shaped G minor. Right? That's a G minor. But can you play a G minor shaped D minor or whatever? So what is it? Well, we know G has a nice shape. and so the G minor shape has the minor fourth here, the minor third here, and then a major third. Because when you take a major third and turn it into a minor, you're just changing the position of the third. So you're just moving that interval. The major interval becomes a minor, therefore the minor interval has to become a major because you're going from the root to the fifth. So that interval is the same. It's only the little step. How big is the first step? How big is the second step? If you have a stairs that only has 2 steps, I had a picture of a stairs here. Well, I guess that ain't there, but I was drawing a stairs, trying to design a stairs for my parents. But my mom made it right up there. You don't even have to make the steps smaller. If you just help somebody, they'll get on their way. So if you have stairs, a 1-step stairs, you make, or 2-step stairs, you make the first step smaller, the second step's going to be bigger. Make the first step bigger, the second step's going to be smaller. It's same height. So that's what major and minor are about. So look at your G shape here. You got a minor going to a major. Okay. So that's still a Dorian there, and then just throw in, so it's 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, no matter what. E minor shape Dorian, 6, 2, 4. Same numbers, different inversion. And I could also form an argument, a very good one, that 2, 4, 6 right here is an E minor shape. That is an E minor shape. People just don't realize it. That when you're playing an E minor, not only are you doing that, but you're also doing, it's just that because you have the bar there or the fret nut, like I never paid attention to any of those, anything that was going on up there. But that's a very important 3 notes up there. That's 4, 6, 2. That's the other key. So it would be in the key of E. 4, 6, 2 would be 4, 6, 2. Okay, but it's supposed to be minor, right? 4, 6, 2. The key of E. This is annoying me. The 4th of E is A. The 6th of E is C sharp, and the 2nd of E. This is it. I don't know why I'm getting this. Okay, the E minor shape that I was looking for was this. Okay, because we were doing the E minor shape off of the 2nd, not off of the root. You can do an E minor shape off the 2nd, apparently. It doesn't matter where you do it, it's the shape that matters. Remember that. So sometimes we have to make mistakes and fix them and figure out, but at least you figured it out and put it on pause. That's half the battle, right? Because then I could take 10 years to figure it out. All right, so then let's look at, so that's the minor substitution, the Dorian substitution method, and this is the Mixolydian substitution. That's what we got going on the bottom here. And this is also talking about the full diminished. So here in the bottom of this segmented, now remember, if it's segmented, it's caged, it's going to have overlap. But now we know that C and G from the magic circle don't overlap. So this 5 goes to a half step up here to the 6. But in cage, there's overlap. And then there's your diminished 6. That's all that's doing. It's giving you a Mixolydian, which is the 5th. All right, which is 4, 5, 7, 2. So that's it. 5, 7, 2.